I'm Eric Tucker. I cover the FBI, Justice Department, and national security for the Associated Press. Former President Donald Trump is set to make his first court appearance in Washington on federal charges that he sought to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. He'll be in federal court in Washington on Thursday afternoon for his initial appearance. We're expecting former President Trump to fly into Washington in the hours before his arraignment. He's expected to show up in court, where he's likely to be booked and processed. Outside the court, there have been people gathering. Members of the media, for instance, have long been staking out that location, tracking each and every movement of the grand jury, including as the indictment was approaching. And so this is going to be unfolding in a moment of both high anticipation from the public, but also tight security from law enforcement who have been showing up at the building and taking steps to make sure that that area is secure. This arraignment is going to take place before a federal magistrate, and that's important because that's going to be different than the trial judge who's going to be overseeing the case moving forward. So a magistrate is the one who oversees that initial appearance, and she's expected to honestly accept the not guilty plea on Trump's behalf. We're already beginning to get a sense of some of the contours of the defense. We're not expecting to hear that really articulated during the first initial appearance, which tends to be a perfunctory pro forma court date. But we're hearing a couple different things. One of the defenses potentially is that Donald Trump's actions are protected by the First Amendment, that he had a right to protest against an election that he believed had been stolen from him and that his advisors were saying had been stolen from him. It's worth noting that the indictment itself actually preemptively acknowledges that fact. It acknowledges that somebody has the right to believe that they were the victim of fraud. They have the right to complain that the election was stolen, and they have the right to lawfully challenge the results. What the Justice Department says separates free speech from the criminal conduct are the actual steps that they say Donald Trump took to advance these criminal schemes. And they say that is conduct that is not protected by the First Amendment. One of the other lines of defense that we've been hearing is that, and we've been hearing this from Trump himself, is that lawyers who are connected to Trump told him about these schemes, told him that this was permissible, and Trump has repeatedly indicated that he relied on that guidance from lawyers. And in fact, many of the unidentified co-conspirators who are referenced in the indictment are themselves lawyers. But again, that's going to be a very hard road to go down for the defense as a legal argument and legal defense.